no last. No.
God aften. Håber I kan høre mig, folkens. Jeg håber den her den kan bruges som mikrofon. What up, people? God aften i det danske land. Klør 5 A's in the chat with a heart. Love you, man. Maybe the music is too high. The music is just beautiful. It's Subtex. Okay. Sig til, hvis I kan høre mig, folkens. Eller hvis I ikke kan. Der er lyd. Tak, lydmand. Perfekt, lydmand. Kim Klør 5 i huset. Fik vi lige sendt en vinyl afsted i dag? Det tror jeg nok, vi gør. Den her smukke motherfucker. Den vandt Sabina, som deltog i vores konkurrence på Facebook. Man kan altid deltage både på Facebook og Instagram, men altid skønt at sende en vinyl ud i det danske land. Hej ven, Julie Nielsen ser med. Lille søster, I love you. Dejligt, du lige tjekker ind. Søren Faldberg med en thumbs up. Du er formentlig på arbejde, men du kan stadig have mig i ørerne. Kan jeg også høre musikken? Vi har nemlig Subtex i baggrunden, den her amerikanske rapper, som vi skal snakke med lige om snart. Jeg inviterer ham her ind i livestreamen. Det er i hvert fald planen. Så sker der et eller andet her. Ejt. Det er ikke så mange gange, vi har sendt live på Instagram, så bear with me a minute. Og måske mit English is a little bit rusty. Så bear with me, når vi slår over på det amerikanske interview. Men jeg glæder mig så meget til at snakke med Subtex. Vi lavede et interview med manden for 3 år siden, da han var i Danmark. Han var på, han var på Loppen og optræde. Han arbejdede sammen med Toge. Han var i Danmark i 3 uger eller sådan noget. Han var på Jævleture. Det interview, det kan I altid tjekke op for. Men for mig, der bliver det spændende at tjekke op for ham igen, hvad der er sket siden. Det er jo en pandemic siden og meget mere til. Og han har udgivet et album og et på vej. Og der er masser at tale om. Det glæder vi os så meget til. Det skal vi nok komme til. Udover det, så har jeg lovet at komme med en lille bitte KTL-opdatering. Salut, folkens. Tak fordi I tuner ind, forresten. Det er aldrig godt at vide, hvad der er i KTL-koppet. 149 kroner. Inklusiv fragt, skulle jeg mene. Vi har stadig nogen på lager. Nå, det er ikke det, det drejer sig om. Vi arbejder jo stadigvæk intenst på afsnit 100. Vi har sendt afsnit 99 med Shusk. Jeg håber, I har tjekket op for det alle sammen. Shusk, hun suser derude af, man. Hun er så cool. Hold øje med hende. Super grinerende interview lavet med hende. Men afsnit 100. Jeg beklager virkelig, at det er trukket ud. Vi har arbejdet på det fucking længe. Og det er jo sådan, at tingene skal lige falde på plads. Og når til afsnit 100 vil vi gerne gøre noget lidt særligt ud af det. Så vi shooting for the stars, ikke? Og det er ikke så ofte, at vi skal gennem en management-mur for at lave en interviewaftale. Men det sker. Det sker nogle få gange for os. Ellers så i undergrunden, så er alle jo åbne. Både legender og newcomers og whatever. Så det er ikke så tit, vi møder en management-mur. Men som sagt, vi er shooting for the stars til afsnit 100. Og vi støtter lidt på en management-mur eller 2. Og tro mig, det er ikke nemt. Men vi er nødt til at være tålmodige. Hvis vi vil have Snoop Dogg med i vores afsnit 100, så må vi jo være tålmodige. Jeg kan afsløre, det bliver nok ikke Snoop. Men vi er shooting for the stars, så who knows. Detaljerne vil i hvert fald på plads. Jeg vil bare gerne sende det fucking afsnit 100, fordi vi har tænkt os at gøre så meget ud af det med væld af konkurrencer og alt muligt sprødt shit, mand. Så følg med. Vi gør, hvad vi kan for at få det afsnit i kassen og det interview på plads. Udover det, så nærmer sommeren sig jo juli. Det ser jo forrygende ud, jeg ved ikke med jeres koncertkalender, men min, den buner. For helvede, mand. Det er så skønt at se koncerter blive slået op i det danske land rundt omkring. Rapperne må være indebrændte for at komme ud og stå på scenerne. Det bliver så fedt, mand. Vi lægger tidligt ud i juli med Kolding Get Down Graffiti Festival den 10. juli. Masser af fede dope hiphop navn på scenen og masser af verdensklasse kunstnere, der skal male på den dag. Det bliver topsprøjt. Det glæder jeg mig til. Udover det, så er der også noget i starten af juli, jeg glæder mig til, som jeg ikke kan snakke om endnu. Det kommer vi nok til, men tjek for helvede hiphop-koncertkalenderen. Der er med nok at vælge af, mand. Det bliver topsprøjt. Har vi gang i musikken stadigvæk? Det har vi. Det var lige Masquerade-tracket. Det kommer vi tilbage til. Jeg har selvfølgelig lige skrevet nogle noter ned, som jeg altid gør, når jeg laver interview. Til når jeg skal snakke med Subtex lige om et moment. Salut i stuen. Nu tror jeg simpelthen, at jeg vil se, om jeg kan finde ud af, hvordan jeg inviter Subtex ind i den her. Send live fra et rum. Jeg er ikke sikker på, at det er den. Måske det er sådan her. Send anmodning til Subtex. Så må vi se, om han kommer på. Om connection er, som den skal være, og så videre. Men dejligt at se, at der er nogen, der tuner ind. Vi skal bare lige hygge og snakke en masse hiphop folkens i aften. Det glæder mig så meget til. And look who's in the house. Subtex, my
What's up, man?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, bro. How are you?
I am very good, thanks. And how are you, my man?
I'm good, man. Can't complain right now.
Good times. I see it looks like it's sunny outside where you are.
Yeah, it's really sunny. The weather's nice, man. It's been hot, like 100 lately, but today's like 80, so yeah, it's nice.
Wow, that is good to hear. It's the same in Denmark. It's the 3 summer months of year we have at the moment in Denmark, so we enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's staying lighter later, right?
Exactly. It's dark for maybe 3 hours or something like that at the moment.
That's crazy. I wasn't out when it wasn't like that when I was out there. It was during the winter, so.
Ah, of course, I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I'm living on American time at the moment because I'm watching the NBA playoffs every night, so I sleep when it's light outside.
Who do you like in the playoffs right now?
I don't understand a thing. What's happening? Maybe we get the Hawks and Suns in the final. That would be crazy stuff. I just enjoy the good basketball. I don't root for one team. I support some players and stuff. But I enjoyed the underdogs season.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Who do you support? I know you're from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, well, originally I'm in Vermont right now. I never really liked. I don't know. I think I'll go for the Hawks this year.
Yeah, it could be so much fun. That's a young dude. You gotta admire him.
Any underdog teams I like, really.
I know what you mean, man. I feel you. Listen, we talked last time. It was 3 years ago. I looked in my archives for a former interview. Back then, you has just returned from a stay in Denmark where you have made a concert at Christiania. I think you traveled more around Europe before you traveled home.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah, exactly. Because it.
I returned home first, and then I went out to England for a while.
It was like that. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I spent some time in England doing some video stuff with Section Red. Peace to Oliver. And yeah, I made some good connections out in England, in Bristol and London, and so I bounced back from the States a bunch of times and recorded some music out there and videos. And then I had a daughter in the States, so I'm back in the States now, and obviously had all these plans to travel, but the pandemic really cut that short.
Absolutely.
What's it like out there right now?
Everything is opening up.
What's it like there?
Yeah, everything is opening up at the moment. It looks like in our country it's under control, or what you call it. That new Delta thing, they're very afraid of that, but it's under control. So everything is opening up. We will get a lot of concerts and stuff over the summer. So it's starting to look a bit optimistic over here for us.
Cool. That's good. Yeah,
how is it in Vermont?
It's the same here.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, everywhere in America's all opened up. Yeah. Pretty much for the most part, but it's still there's no mask mandate or anything like that, so whether you're vaccinated or not vaccinated, it doesn't matter. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to wear a mask if you don't want to. So there's still a ton of people who don't want to be vaccinated. So yeah, it's sort of just like an honor code over here now, but no one really follows an honor code in America, so It's sort of all up in the air right now, but a lot of people are vaccinated here. I haven't gotten mine yet, but I'll need to get it because I'll travel in September. So.
Oh yeah, you have to get it, man.
Did you get yours?
Not yet. I'll get it soon, I think so. But I wondered a lot about if I should get it or not. But now it's time to decide in the moment.
Yeah, no, I didn't want it at first, not at all, and I still don't really truly personally want it, but I'll have to get it. because of travel, but
It makes sense.
yeah.
Absolutely. And what has happened since last time we talked? I think you became a father as well.
I had a daughter,
Yeah.
yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
How's
Yeah,
that
no,
been?
it's beautiful. Yeah, it's really nice. I came back to Vermont for a little while, and yeah, met someone out here and had a daughter. We found out a month before the pandemic started that she was pregnant, and then the pandemic happened, and we were actually in England when the first cases in England got found.
Damn.
So then we came back to America, and they shut everything down. Um, and yeah, for the first time now, we're sort of being able to take our daughter out and see people not wearing masks and actually doing things. So yeah, it's a neat time right now to have a daughter and experience like the world opening up again.
Yeah, starting to show her some of the stuff. That's good to hear.
Exactly. Yeah.
And last time when we talked, you have just released the Book of Ezekiel 1. Since then, you have, of course, obviously released the part 2, which I've enjoyed a hell of a lot. We have to talk about that. And number 3 is on the way. The first single from number 3, you have released that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah. No, I put out the first one the first time we talked, and then I put out the second one in October. So it's already, time flies. What, it's already 6 months old. But yeah, I'm really proud of that project. I think it came out really well. And I didn't stop recording. I kept I have, I don't know, maybe half of the Book of Ezekiel 3 done right now.
Okay.
So I wanted to put that song out just to sort of let people know that there is a 3 coming soon, and I'll have that probably done in October.
Good stuff. We're looking forward for that. And in the meanwhile, people, please check out for Love, Art, and Pain, the single featuring Wishmaster and Skanks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Who did produce that track?
Jose out of Bristol.
Exactly, one of the Brits.
Yeah.
Super cool.
and Wishmaster too.
Yeah.
Wishmaster's from Bristol as well. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mentioned you mentioned the Section Red stuff. I saw they hosted your videos for the Masquerade video, or what was it called, a visualizer, and also the second video from what was the second track I saw they hosted you with?
Yeah, no, both with her name, I think.
Both with her name, exactly. One of my absolutely favorite tracks of yours, man. It's so cool. But can you tell me a little about Section Red? What is Section Red? Is that a label?
It's like a production company.
Okay.
So they shoot a lot of music videos in Europe, and it's owned and operated by Oliver Whitehouse. And he's got a few people that help him out over there, but Oliver Whitehouse is Section Red. Like, Section Red is his production company.
Okay, absolutely.
And the first time I went over to England, I didn't know anyone over there, not too many people, and I wrote something online looking for someone to work with, a videographer, and he got back to me. And yeah, he was really gracious and invited me out to Bristol and shot the video out there. And we've worked together ever since. So whenever I'm out there, we'll definitely link up and shoot a video.
That is so cool. Networking stuff. That is so cool. Man.
Yeah. He does videos for a lot of people too. Like, check out other Section Red videos and from artists from all over the world he works with, really.
Absolutely interesting. So he's in on the production side of stuff.
Yep.
Cool,
man. He makes videos, yeah.
And there's such a dope feat on the Masquerade track, Edo. His verse is so nice, man. And I must admit, in the end of the visualizer video, there's a guy called Soons, I think. Yeah. Sooners. I'm not familiar with him, but can you tell me what he's doing? That speech he's making, that's just so motivating, man.
Certainly, Sooners is a poet. Really, he's a journalist. Also, he worked for a lot of hip hop magazines throughout the 80s, 90s, and beyond.
Nice.
And he's in New York now, and he's still he's still a writer. He still practices like the art of art, really. So he reflects art back to a lot of artists in New York. And he writes about them. There's always end of the year stuff on them. And he's a teacher out there. So he's just really like, Sunez is a really all around good guy and just a poet at the end of the day. And he's helped me out in a lot in the past with interviews in New York and press and concerts and stuff. So I needed one more little skit on the record, so I reached out to Sunez like it was the night before the record came out, and I said, "Can you just do something, write something, say something? It can be really simple." And he came back with that like 10 minutes later, and
Wow.
And yeah, I'm honored to have that on the record, really, because Sunez is quite a powerful man. Yeah.
I thought so, man. It must mean a lot for you to hear his interpretation of the words you say about you. It's so beautiful.
It's a blessing, yeah, and I think the same of him. Really, there's a handful of people throughout my life career I've met that really have been an inspiration, and Sunez is number one, if not one. Like, he's fantastic.
I surely understand why. And if we have to, we need to talk about the Book of Ezekiel too, because it came since we last talked to each other, and I was really down with your first album. That was the first I heard with you, and the second one I've been waiting for that, and it's just I hear it really often. There's a couple of tracks on that which is just I dig your style, man. All the scratch, your taste for productions, and your homeboy Tash. I wasn't familiar with him earlier, but his work is also so damn cool, man.
He's so damn good, yeah. He's an incredible producer. And I used to work with, he was the producer for Gray Sky Appeal, so I've worked with Taj, and I've known Taj since I was like 15, 16 years old.
Dope, man.
And yeah, he's, I don't work with him as much as I used to, but he always has like one or two tracks on any record I put out. He's like old friend.
Cool, man. It's good to have those sort of connections.
Yeah.
And is any of the tracks on the Book of Ezekiel 2 which means more to you, or do you have any favorites in any kind of way?
Yeah, the last one, the 5:03 a.m., because that's about the birth of my daughter, and
of course
I wrote it during the before and after she was born, and that made the record last minute too. So she was born, and I sort of wrote at the same time as that, and yeah, so that song definitely is very personal and means the most out of all those tracks.
That makes a lot of sense, absolutely. And it must, when in the writing process of that, as you live it with your woman being pregnant and stuff, that is from the heart, deeply from the heart, and
exactly, yeah,
you can feel that, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
And for the Book of Ezekiel Part 3, as you said earlier, you're halfway with it, or something like that. How would you describe the work so far compared to the first two releases?
It's really good. It's better. I challenge myself every time to make the record better than the last one. And I guess that's like my own personal opinion. But for me, I started making 3 before 2 was done because I had all the tracks that just wasn't released yet. But I kept going, and the tracks got significantly, in my opinion, better, crisper, more polished, but still raw. I personally it's not done yet, but I think Chapter 3 is my favorite by far, and no one's really heard anything of it other than that one track. But yeah, the tracks, in my opinion, for 3 just keep getting better, and I'm in 3 more, and then that's it. And that record is going to be really, really good.
That is good to hear. Just keep pushing yourself all the time, and you have to set your own standards, of course.
Yeah.
I think you're doing really good. And the Love Art Pain single is just, it's so damn cool. So I'm already looking forward to the full album, of course.
Yeah, no, I'll send you, as music comes, I'll try to get it to everyone as soon as possible. So I'll send you new music as soon as I have it.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that. And I would just like to say, if someone in the chat have any questions, so please feel free to write them in the chat. We'll take a look at it and ask Subtex if you have any questions for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, chapter 3. I was gonna say there's a lot of there's a lot of producers I haven't worked with, and a lot of and a lot of MCs that I haven't worked with that I've been really, really wanting to work with, and that all sort of came together. So I don't even want to really say anyone yet, but there's some people on there that I'm really like proud of to have on that record. So I think that sort of inspired me at the same time, and then it definitely pushed that record in the right direction.
Oh yeah, nice, man. Getting some cool feats in and stuff. And you like to work with producers as well on the other releases, so I'm looking forward for that. As I said, I dig your style because you choose your productions in some kind of way, and the red thread, if you can say, through the album is all you can hear where you're coming from with the boom bap rap.
Yeah, there was a certain kind of sound I wanted for chapter 3, and I got it. There's a producer out of New York named Neff, N-E-F, and I don't know if you're familiar with him, but check Neff out. He put out a record which is really good. Tabula Rasa, it's called. But yeah, I got a Neff track for that record, and it really set the tone. And then I just kept getting domino effect beats that matched that one. And
yeah, exactly.
And I need one more beat, and then I can record everything. But yeah, I went to the studio last week and I recorded one track for that one, a brand new one called London Fog, and that'll be the next single. And it's just really good. It's good. I'm proud of it.
Dope, man. And when you're writing the lyrics for the part 3, what have you have focus on, if you can say something like that?
Yep. Definitely my daughter was an inspiration.
Yeah.
Chapter 3 sort of like embodies chapter 1 and chapter 2, so there's like, if you want to call them flashbacks, sure, but it sort of takes chapter 1 and chapter 2 and picks pieces out of that and sort of sprinkles it into 3, so it's sort of where the other 2 records sort of lived in the present, this one lives in the present, but it also jumps back and forward, and it might be the conclusion or not, and probably not, but I'm sort of right now treating it as a conclusion. So there's like 3 components involved. So think of it as like the end, you know, essentially.
Of a trilogy.
Of a story. So it's gonna pull other pieces from other records. But baseline, yeah, my daughter definitely was like inspiration for a lot of that record.
That makes a lot of sense, absolutely. And I like the description as well of picking up pieces from different stuff from the former releases.
Yeah.
That seems like a good thing. If I can ask you one thing, we talked about it when I last talked to you for 3 years ago, because the Book of Ezekiel could sound a little bit from a religious book or something like that. And when I posted the photo of you in a very, very beautiful church-like room, one of the first questions was, of course, is this a religious rapper? And if I remember correctly, in the first interview I did with you, you told me that you're not any kind of religious of some sort.
No.
So what is does it have any meaning for you, this church room?
No, I mean, yes and no. No, I'm not a religious person at all, so therefore I'm not a religious rapper. I think the Book of Ezekiel, my name is Zeke, the Book of Ezekiel, the first one, it sort of embodied like a gospel feel to it. That's how I wanted it to sound, so sonically it sort of, you know, it had like a churchy religious tone to it through music, if that makes sense. So being the Book of Ezekiel, a lot of the metaphors are pulled from religious subtitles. and that was a fear of mine going into making these records, is are people going to think they're religious records? And if they do right off the bat, that's okay, but once you start listening to it, you have to be aware of the metaphors and the way I rap and the way I dissect things and how everything is a metaphor for something else, and it's not religion.
I like it like that. Absolutely, it makes sense because it's your story. It's the book of Seek, right? And that is
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny, on 3 I kind of touch on that a little bit about how it's not a religious record.
Okay.
So, yeah, that comes out a little bit. Cuz yeah, I've been asked that question before, but no, I'm not religious at all.
No, and it doesn't make if anyone chooses not to hear it because of the think that it's religious. I don't know why they should do that. Won't make sense for me as well. Hey, come on.
Don't
My,
judge a book by its cover. Yes.
exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. Just a single thing. Ali, come. Hey, up. Hey, say hello.
What's your dog's name?
There you go. My dog is called Homie. Yeah.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah.
homie.
There you are. Say hello to Subtex. That is sick. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
It's been so nice talking to you again. It's been 3 years
Yeah,
last, and I would like to know if you have any shows up in the coming future. How is the
not
situation
right.
with live shows?
No, not right now. I'm gonna get the vaccine first, and then play some shows in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, and maybe try to. I'll be out. I'm going back out to England in September, so I'll maybe try to book something out there. But no shows right now, not yet. But I'll definitely come October is when I'll tour a little bit, and I'll start playing more shows, and yeah.
That's going to be very nice, I think.
I can't wait to get back. Yeah, I did one live show over the pandemic, which was a nice setup. They did it at a venue, and it was, live streamed, but it just didn't feel real or right, or performing for a live camera internet. It didn't feel right. So I did one of those, but yeah, I haven't like technically performed in front of an audience in like a year and a half now, I guess.
Exactly.
Which is
Time
crazy.
flies.
Crazy to think, but yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely very excited to get back on stage for sure, but yeah, being a little vaccine hesitant and all that, I didn't get it yet. So, now that I have to get it for travel, I'll have it, and now I'll be able to play shows easier and safer,
Exactly.
It's all a mess. But yeah, I'll be back on stage soon.
That's going to be so good, man. We had one concert under the pandemic with Signature for 20 people. And the Signature is a pretty energetic, wild, rowdy live performer. So it must have been a challenge for him as well, performing for 20 people suddenly.
Yeah.
But it was better than nothing at the time. And now we're just looking forward to you can open everything up and we can get some live concerts on the way.
I'd love to come through there again in the future. And I was supposed to be out in Europe last year, and I had a whole lot of stuff lined up in Greece, so I was sort of like spider webbing through Europe again and getting out that way. So I'd love to keep that going and hopefully make Denmark again soon. Christiana's still a thing?
Absolutely.
Is that venue out there?
It is. Yeah, it's been really closed down through all the pandemic, but it's starting to open up again, and I see the book concerts now, so we start to feel that normality again a little bit.
Yeah, I had a great time out there. It'd be nice to get out there.
We hope.
But yeah, it feels good with everything coming back, and music's definitely been missing, and a lot of these venues that survived, like,
yeah,
congratulations for surviving through this, because that was a concern. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
They need the support when they open up again. So just as you musicians need the support for the crowd.
Yeah, no, it's true. We all support each other through this, and Yeah, no, it's been a tough year, but definitely with my daughters kept me busy but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to just some level of normalcy would be nice.
Absolutely, we hope for that, and let's hope for that Atlanta Hawks championship in the NBA
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
couple
I'll
of
be
weeks.
cool for that. I'd be cool for that. That play the other night, was it the over the backboard throw in at the last second? Did you see that?
Yeah, it was
That
Collins dunked it, right?
Yeah, that was, I don't know, could have been one of the best plays in NBA history. Like that was quite a play. I went back and rewatched it and I said, yeah, that's gonna be a highlight for a long time. Like,
Absolutely, and in the playoffs, we all know that sticks along a little better.
definitely, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's been very nice talking to you, my man. I enjoyed it just as much as last time. Very nice to see you, man.
It was nice to see you too, and thank you for all the support, man. Really, like anything you need on my end, just let me know, and
We
we'll talk
appreciate
again
it.
soon.
We are huge fans of your work, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you. You've been super supportive for a long, for years now.
Always, man. Always good to support good music and very good
Yeah.
hip hop. Take care, my man. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, same to you, bro. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Ah, så fik jeg lige støvet det rusty English af der en lille smule. Det var fandme da hyggeligt at snakke med Subtex, for fanden, det er 3 år siden vi snakkede med ham sidst. Optur, vi har fået en opdatering på hans nye shit, og det han udgiver, han laver nogle fucking sprøde ting, mand. Og en super cool dude. Det var fedt, han var i Danmark der for en 3 år siden at hænge ud. Men tusind tak til at lige kiggede forbi, tunede ind, supporter vores ting, det sætter vi jo altid pris på, og som jeg sagde, inden streamen gik i gang, vi arbejder voldsomt hårdt på det der afsnit 100 der. De sidste detaljer mangler bare lige at falde på plads, så vi kan få lavet det fucking interview, så vi kan få det her afsnit 100 i kassen og sende det afsted. Tak fordi I tunede ind og holdt øje med konkurrencer for noget belæg til hvad der ellers sker. Vi skal snart ud og opleve noget live hiphop. Det bliver også topsprødt. Og nu skal jeg bokse med min hund, fordi han vil have noget opmærksomhed. Tak fordi I kiggede med, folkens. Skal jeg se, om jeg overhovedet kan finde ud af, hvad vi logger af. Peace.